Now in a special edition of 4 News Now, another Coug and former Eagle is heading to the NBA. We'll show you how Cedric Coward fits into the Memphis Grizzlies roster and who can still hear their name called in round 2.
And my goodness, what a beautiful day we've had today, and we have a nice Wednesday evening, but heat is on the way as we get into the weekend and into our next work week especially. I'll tell you the numbers in my full forecast coming up.
And free summer fun at Spokane pools could be making waves this fall, while a November levy might be the key to keeping pools open and running smoothly.
And now with the 11th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Portland Trail Blazers select Cedric Coward from Washington State University.
Well, WSU's Cedric Coward officially heading to the NBA. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for this special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Sydney Berger is joining us, of course. And Coward was drafted to the Portland Trail Blazers, but that's probably not where he's going to end up, Sydney.
Yeah, so right after he heard his name called, reports came out saying a proposed draft with the Memphis Grizzlies would take place, so that sends him over to Memphis. Coward just worked out with the Grizzlies, though, on Monday, so clearly he made a lasting impression. Coward ties the highest pick in Washington State history, with Klay Thompson also going 11th overall. And Coward's story is one of the more unique ones in this draft, going from Division III to a first-round draft pick. In the moments following hearing his name called, Coward told ESPN, "Even if you don't start on the biggest stage, it doesn't mean you can't make it there."
For all the kids out there that are similar to me, hitting my story and where I am today, you can keep going if you believe in yourself, have faith in the Lord, and, just work to accomplish your dreams.
Coward will join another former Coug and Rookie of the Year finalist, Jalen Wells, in Memphis. They never played together on the Palouse, but will now be teammates in Tennessee. Gonzaga's Ryan Nembhard is still waiting to hear his name called. We'll talk about where he stands going into day 2, coming up in sports. Kirsten?
All right, Sydney, we'll see you then. In just a few days, tens of thousands of people will flood the streets of downtown Spokane for the largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the world. Marissa Rio shows us how local businesses are preparing for the crowds.
Play. These sounds will soon echo throughout downtown Spokane for Hoop Fest 2025. And inside the local cafes and restaurants that line the street, baristas and servers are preparing for the rush.
Anticipation kind of builds all week. We start getting busier as people come into town.
Deborah Green owns Madeline's Cafe, right next to the action. She says they see constant lines out the door during Hoop Fest and have to get creative to streamline the process.
We put a big table outside, and we serve things like fruit cups and yogurt cups to go outside, our pastries, popsicles, more beverages. That way, if folks just want something quick, they can grab it out there and not even have to come inside.
They'll also have grab-and-go items inside to get people back on the court as quickly as possible. A few blocks away, O'Doherty's is also gearing up for the crowd.
It's a lot of fun. It's very busy, pretty much right out of the gate. Staff up, order heavy, and get going.
Giese says the drinks stay pouring from open to close.
Not every business sees a boost during Hoop Fest, even with games right outside. Local shops like Aunties and Uncles right here say these large crowds don't necessarily mean more sales.
The owner says he loves Hoop Fest, but with everyone focused on the games, they don't see much business, forcing him to cut hours for the weekend.
You pay people a decent amount to be around and work. We have a pretty big staff at Aunties. It's hard to just have the store open when we're not making any money.
John Wade's other business, Merlin's, will be opened all weekend. Aunties and Uncles will be closed Saturday, but back open on Sunday, and would appreciate the community support. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Hoop Fest just a few days away now. Everybody's wondering what the weather will be like.
Yeah, even if you're a spectator, maybe you're going to walk into Auntie's bookstore and enjoy it. Might need some AC. Jason Valentine is here with us with a look at the forecast.
Yeah, especially on Sunday, Kirsten, as we have the heat coming on. Now, we have pretty mild conditions today, tomorrow, and really on Saturday. But then the heat is going to be on as we get to the later on in the weekend. Beautiful evening, beautiful Wednesday today. We saw those winds really kicking up, but they have been slowing down into our evening hours. Also, we had plenty of smoke throughout the state of Washington. These northerly or northeasterly winds have been taking the smoke out of of our area, kind of moving it over to mostly western Montana. So very good news there. We're going to keep a close eye on that as we get close to Hoop Fest, because we do not want smoke to be in the air, but most likely we'll have some. So those winds, we saw gusts in the upper 20s for most of our cities in the afternoon hours. We're pretty much at light, a little bit of push going on in Moses Lake. Tomorrow we're going to see some more heavier winds in the afternoon, so some breezy conditions, but not as heavy as today. We'll see gusts in the 18 to 20 mile per hour range, so a little bit more wind tomorrow. So we are looking at a beautiful evening. We're going to see a little bit more cloud coverage overnight into tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to be seeing even just a touch cooler temperatures, kind of right around our average for this time of year, which is the mid-70s. Same story for Friday, but as we get to our weekend, it is going to be hot, and next week, you won't believe the numbers. I'll let you know what that is in my full forecast. It's coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. Dozens of kids and parents packed A.M. Cannon Park for open swim this afternoon, but maintaining public pools has become more difficult for the city of Spokane. That's why the Parks and Recreation Department is hoping voters will approve the Together Spokane levy.
Part of the funding will go toward maintenance for public pools and preventing closures. Derek Strom spoke with parents at the pools today who plan to support the levy.
We like being out in the water, especially when it's sunny and hot. It gives us something to do.
Many of the families that come to public pools in Spokane, like the one at A.M. Cannon Park, say they like being able to swim for free with a splash pass. They're hopeful the pools will expand their hours, which could happen if the Together Spokane levy passes in November.
And then it gives kind of some of the mamas that actually get a break. Hey, we're full-time janitors right now and teachers. Pools out, so this is the spot.
The Parks Department's hopeful they'll be able to do more preventative maintenance on public pools here if this levy passes. They're hopeful that'll mean fewer closures going forward. They're considering expanding the programming at these pools as well. The Spokane Parks and Recreation Department says many of these public pools are around 15 years old and many of them need ongoing maintenance, but emergency repairs can cause pools to close, and that's one thing the Together Spokane levy would fund.
If we have an emergency or a break in a facility, we have to take resources from something else that we were going to do in our system, whether that was a playground, a swing set, replacing a roof, or repairing a restroom.
Spokane Parks and Recreation Director Garrett Jones says the department is not considering charging people for a splash pass if the levy doesn't pass. He said it would consider making cuts to other areas within the department. The Together Spokane levy will be on the November ballot. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, that levy is just one half of the $440 million Together Spokane plan. The other half is Spokane Public Schools' $200 million bond. Both the levy and the bond would be paid over a 20-year period. Now, if you take your phone out right now and scan this QR code using your camera, it'll take you to our website where you can find a link to see how it could impact your property taxes if the plan is approved.
Well, the city of Ephrata is asking people to conserve water. That's because of a critical failure in one of the city's main water sources. The city says the mechanical failure happened at a city well on Sagebrush Flats Road. That well produces around 450 gallons per minute and feeds the entire municipal system. The city says the quality of the water is not important here. It's not affected. It's still safe to drink. The failure only affects the supply capacity. A text warning of consequences from the Washington DMV. Don't fall for it, because that doesn't exist. The growing scam hitting phones statewide and how to spot the red flags.
New classroom discipline rules are coming to Washington schools. Some say they bring clarity, while others say they could do more harm than good. What it means for students, teachers, and families, next on this special edition of 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Bimart, saving you more when it's needed most.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 8th through 13th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Celebrate the 4th with big savings right now at all Walker's Furniture locations. It's the perfect time to upgrade for less with store-wide markdowns and huge clearance deals. Or get it now and pay for it over time with no money down and no interest financing for up to 5 years. No need to wait. Bring home comfort for less and get that Serta or Beautyrest mattress you've been wanting, because these 4th of July savings are too big to miss. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
If your windows, entry door, or patio doors haven't been checked in years, they could be costing you. Schedule a complimentary consultation from Renewal by Andersen. We'll take a look at your current windows and doors and check for drafts. We can also use a heat lamp test to identify exactly where energy might be escaping. You'll get thoughtful recommendations, and you can even preview new styles right in your space. Schedule a complimentary consultation with us today.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Well, changes are being made to how discipline is addressed in Washington public schools.
Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards joins us in studio with why educators say this is needed and the impact you could soon see in the classroom.
Derek and Kirsten, this graph shows you the percentage of Spokane Public School students who are asked to leave the classroom due to their behavior. That could mean they were either expelled or suspended. During 2018 and 2019, those were just over 5%. The next school year, the state began testing new disciplinary rules, but because of the pandemic, enforcement was put on hold. The state resumed enforcement in the 2021-2022 school year, but educators say it created more chaos than order. From here came the emergency discipline regulations that went into place at the beginning of this school year. The goal was for those to give a clearer definition on how schools should address behaviors in the classroom. These revised regulations are a continuation of that.
We aligned the definitions. We tried to make it clearer in the context because things were just kind of all over the place in the former rules.
Family and student advocates have spoken about their concerns for these changes, fearing they give more authority to teachers and weaken the rights of students in the classroom.
We know that these types of rules disproportionately impact students of color, particularly Black students, students receiving special education services. So there needs to be an equal amount of time and access given to those communities.
But school districts also have a say, as they are the ones who actually develop student codes of conduct. These guidelines are simply meant to give a framework for the state. These were adopted earlier this month and officially go into place on July 11th, meaning they will be the way for the next school year. You can read the full list of changes OSPI is making on our website at KXLY.com. In studio, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, a beloved free book program for Washington families is getting a lifeline. The Imagination Library of Washington, founded by Dolly Parton, provides free books to kids across the state from birth to age 5. When lawmakers cut state funding during the last legislative session, though, the program was at risk of disappearing. Superintendent Chris Rakedahl announced he will use discretionary funds to keep the program running for another year. Rakedahl releasing this statement, reading in part, quote, "Washington's youngest children cannot afford to have their opportunities for early learning cut to this extent." He also goes on to say he plans to fight for long-term funding in the next legislative session.
Except more sunshine. And then we just head on up. Look at that. By our next work week, we're going to be looking at mid-90s. So that is about 20 degrees or so above our average for this time of year. So warmer conditions, hot conditions are on the way. So just get yourself prepared. And in the week following, we expect to see continued well above average temperatures. So that includes 4th of July, which is a week from Friday. So pretty much 9 days away. So with the hot conditions and dry conditions, we are hoping hoping there isn't much wind next week to just up the ante for fire danger with all of those fireworks. So if you are blasting off some fireworks, please be safe and sane about it. So taking a look, a little bit more cloud coverage came in as we got to the afternoon hours, and still shower activity kind of around us, but not getting to us. And we're looking at the forecast radar. That is going to happen yet again. As we move into your commute tomorrow, you're going to see some cloud coverage, mostly cloudy conditions. Then we'll see some clearing into the afternoon, and then those winds will hit in the afternoon. And again, kind of just little bits and pieces of showers around us, but nothing getting to us. Your Friday morning commute looks good as well. So as we're moving into the next couple of days, we just do not expect to see any shower activity. If we see anything, it will be very quick, not what we need. Current temperatures, we're in the mid-70s pretty much throughout most of our area. Again, that's what we expect. A little off of yesterday, and tomorrow will be a little off of today. So your 7-day forecast, mid-70s Thursday, Friday, and then look at all of the sunshine for Hoop Fest weekend. Again, protect yourself, hydrate yourself, and more sunshine as we hit those 90s. So folks, after that chilly weekend we had, it is going to be hot for the week ahead. 4 News Now returns after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
There's only a short time left to get your backyard and deck ready for the 4th of July at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Whether you're looking for PVC, composite, or wood, the Windsor Plywood Decking Pros can help you find what you need, including great railing options. It's the one-stop shop all the contractors use to build the best decks in the region.
Windsor Plywood.
Plus, local delivery is available.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Idaho's crown jewel, ranked #1. A quick drive to Playtime Paradise. Tee off in style, then keep the fun going at the casino. Secure your tee time online at cdacasino.com/golf. Circling Raven Golf Club at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho.
If it feels like a scam, it probably is.
It feels like every day we're getting pings on our phones from new scam texts trying to con us out of our money. And this week, we're sure many of you have noticed another wave of these messages coming through.
This time pretending to be a state agency that doesn't even exist. Hunter Bertram shares the signs to look out for so you don't get scammed.
If you were a good scammer, you'd probably not send this text to phones all over Washington, claiming to be a state agency that doesn't exist. That's right, check it out. This text claims to be from the Washington Department of Motor Vehicles, saying you're facing a final warning or there will be consequences. The problem, there's no Washington DMV. In Washington, it's called the Department of Licensing. Now, if that's not a giveaway sign of a scam, we've got you covered.
You know, we're never going to text or call requesting money. ever.
Ryan Overton with WashDOT. This week, the State Department of Transportation warns drivers of these new scam messages. Many have called DOT worried.
We're getting a lot of calls, yeah, all across the state, because it is happening not only locally in Spokane, Seattle, throughout the inland Northwest, but other states are receiving the same thing.
A big red flag to look out for texts coming from other countries.
And especially it's coming from a +63 number.
Another sign you've received a scam text, check the URL code that it links to. If it looks all weird with a bunch of different letters and numbers, it's likely not a legitimate government website.
Be careful not to accidentally open it.
The state agencies, just as a collective, again, will never call or text for any sort of payment.
We asked you earlier today how you handle scam text. Todd says in part, I don't open any emails that I don't know either and report them as spam. Leanne agrees, saying delete and report junk. Overton says head to the DOT website.
We do have a yellow ribbon banner at the top that will take you to the Federal Trade Commission and the FBI reporting site.
In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, listen up, coffee lovers. Starbucks has modified its menu prices again for add-ons. The company is now charging 80 cents to add a syrup or sauce to unflavored drinks. But there's not a charge to add or substitute an already pre-flavored beverage. Starbucks also increased the price for additional chai concentrate, dried fruit, and matcha powder. To make price changes easier to track, the company is testing out a new feature in its app that shows updated pricing ahead of checkout.
All right, still ahead, new signs are up near Spokane parks, and they're not just for show. What families and drivers need to know next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500s come with $5,500 off MSRP or 3.95% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union, money where it matters.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has replaced worn-out and difficult-to-use windows and doors. Our focus on quality and performance has helped us install over 10 million windows. Every window and door custom-built with our exclusive Vibrex material and backed by the nation's best warranty. Renewal by Andersen is your best choice for window and door replacements. Call now for big savings during our 30th anniversary sales event. It's our biggest event of the year with exclusive savings on our most energy-efficient windows and doors. Hurry, offer ends soon. Renewal by Andersen, 30 years of craft, care, and gratitude.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $14,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Well, school's out for summer and kids are already packing the parks, having fun over the summer months.
So you gotta drop your speed by 15 miles an hour at 6 of Spokane parks. With new speed limits now in place, Jordan Smith has the warning.
Well, the last thing you want to worry about when you bring the kids to the park here is drivers speeding down the road next to it, creating an unsafe situation. So the city has put up several seasonal 20-mile-an-hour signs around 6 of Spokane's parks to try to get drivers to slow down. Whoa there, speed racer. 35 no longer flies around these parks, at least for the summer. The city has installed seasonal 20-mile-per-hour signs in A.M. Cannon, Chief Gary, Comstock, Hayes, Lincoln, and Mission Parks. For all you lead-foot drivers out there, these new signs are for you.
I like coming out here. It's a great environment. It's just fun.
We met these kids shooting hoops and enjoying themselves at the park. Favorite activity to do at the park?
Basketball.
Is it?
Yeah, basketball.
First one to make a shot. Who do you think it's going to be?
I got it.
They'd prefer to focus on their jumper, not worry about erratic drivers, which they say they see a fair amount of.
Yeah. Kind of.
I'm used to chaotic cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So slow it down and stay safe on the roads. Speedsters will be met with a hefty ticket. In Spokane, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Gotta say thank you to the Spokane police officer who did not pull me over as I was going a little too fast near Chief Gary Park about an hour ago. So thank you, whoever you are.
An hour ago, an hour after we did the initial story.
Yeah, I know. I just had read the story.
Well, we got lucky, Jason, this time.
Isn't a speeder a hot foot? Well, at least in my mind, or maybe 20 years ago. It's going to be hot feet for you this weekend as we're looking at Hoop Fest, and going to be very warm. Tonight, though, very pleasant, 75, a warm evening. A little bit of cloud coverage coming in. It's going to keep things warm for the next couple of hours at least. So the smoke, good news, it has moved over to our friends in Montana due to northerly and northeasterly winds that we've been seeing today. We're going to see winds again tomorrow, but we do expect that smoke to creep back in as we move into the weekend. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on that. So current winds after those gusts around 25 to 28 mile per hour today for most of our cities, they have slowed down quite a bit in Pullman, even in Coeur d'Alene. Tomorrow we'll see those winds return in earnest with about 18 to 20 mile per hour, so a little bit less than we saw today in the afternoon, but it did get rid of all that smoke, so that was good. So overnight tonight we're going to see a little bit of cloud coverage. That means we're going to be seeing warm conditions for the overnight period. Overnight lows are going to be in the upper 50s. You should see some sunshine tomorrow, but we'll see some clouds kind of billow in as well. But as we get to the weekend, we're going to see the clouds move on out, and we're just going to see plain old sunshine starting on Saturday, on Hoop Fest Saturday, and that's going to continue into our next work week. So very nice conditions are on the way. Similar conditions tomorrow. We're going to be around 75, 76. That will continue for Friday. 80 by Hoop Fest Saturday, but get ready for hot temperatures to start on Sunday, especially next week. All that in my full forecast that's coming out.
All right, Jason, thank you. Now, before you toss out those worn-out notebooks and broken crayons, consider giving them new life. In a new program, the City of Spokane, Spokane County, and Art Salvage are hosting the first-ever school cycle drive, where your child's forgotten supplies become another student's treasure. You can drop off items at any Spokane library or at Art Salvage, where volunteers transform discarded materials into ready-to-use school supplies.
So if we can pull those together and really get them to the folks that need them, that is going to help our community.
Now, the magic happens behind the scenes as volunteers sort through donations, repair what's broken, and package supplies for families who need them at no cost. Organizers hope to expand this Second Chance program throughout the county in the next few years. Pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
All right, Covenant Homes is a new organization in Spokane that hopes to help vulnerable pregnant women get back on their feet.
But this nonprofit needs some help of its own to get up and running. Madeline Mullins has the story.
15 years ago, Kristen Matthews was homeless and pregnant.
I really beat myself up because of the position that I had put myself in.
That's when she met Karen Fournier, the founder of Hearth Homes and the now executive director of Covenant Homes and Resources.
To learn how to take care of myself and the kids, because those were just nothing I was ever taught.
Now, Fournier is opening a home specifically for pregnant women.
Just single pregnant moms or women that either are in abuse, coming out of abuse, drug addicted, homeless.
This house and these bedrooms give women the opportunity to get to know one another and learn that they're not going through this experience alone. And more than that, teaching these women how to hold a job, how to budget their money, and how to be a mom.
We want them to learn everything to be successful after they leave.
And while this home is all ready to welcome these women, it may never get to.
And then we got this notice from our lender that we didn't expect, that we need $25,000 by Friday.
Without this money, Covenant Homes will not be able to open its doors to all the women who need help.
Leaving it so much that I can't stop. I won't stop.
Fournier says she needs the Spokane community's help to ensure this home and these services will be accessible to everyone who needs them. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, current NBA player and former Gonzaga Bulldog will be a celebrity judge for the Hoop Fest dunk contest this Saturday. Find out where you can get his autograph coming up in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Style or substance? Somehow it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com. Global Credit Union serves the men and women of our armed forces stationed around the world.
We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Friday.
RED stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces.
Tell them and their families thank you for their service and for protecting our future. Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Control is everything. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
One of the most iconic bands in rock history, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, bring the Rock Party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Well, with Cedric Coward off the board and headed to the Memphis Grizzlies, there's at least one more local player that could hear his name called in the NBA draft. It's not as guaranteed as Coward's was, but Gonzaga's Ryan Nembhard has been projected as a late second-round draft pick this year. Many mock draft boards still have Nembhard getting picked up as one of the last picks in the draft, and a big reason is because of his size. He's listed as 5'11", which would be one of the smallest players in the league. However, he makes up for some of his size with his playmaking ability. He broke the single-season assist record at Gonzaga last season and led every player in the nation in assists. The second round of the draft starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow night on ESPN. The Mariners fell today to the Minnesota Twins in Game 3 of this series. They still lead with the first 2 wins, and they'll try to bring back a series win with first pitch tomorrow at 10:10 in the morning. And the Spokane Indians picked up a nice win over Hillsboro, holding the Hops to a solo home run and scoring 8. Game 3 is tomorrow at 6:35 on the road. And several Spokane legends, aka Hooptown legends, were honored today and inducted into the Hooptown Hall of Fame for Hoopfest weekend. The inductees include Gonzaga head coach Mark Few, former U-High player Angie Bjorklund, Hoopfest legend J.R. Camel, the 1982 Idaho Vandals basketball team, and Gonzaga women's basketball legend Heather Bowman. Bowman talks about what makes Hoopfest so unique and so popular among all age groups.
It's just such a different game. I think that's the fun part. Like, you go and you play like college ball or more organized basketball, and you get to like Hoopfest. It's basketball, but it is street ball, right? Like, it's very different. You have to adjust to elements. You've got to adjust to different players. So it's just a different challenge and a different type of grittiness.
Bowman graduated from Gonzaga, but the Spokane native was also an LC grad and had one of the most successful seasons as a Zag in women's program history. And speaking of former Zags, current Washington Wizard and former Bulldog Corey Kispert is set to return to Hoopfest this weekend, not as a player, but he's going to be the judge of the dunk contest on Saturday and will also be signing autographs before the dunk contest. So autographs will be around 1 o'clock. Dunk contest at 2 o'clock at center court. Usually draws a huge crowd. I'm excited to be there, and I'm sure a lot of people will be excited to see all the celebs kind of roaming around there, the Spokane celebs.
Yeah, that Hall of Fame class, pretty cool too.
Yeah,
I
it
gotta
was
say,
solid.
Angie Bjorklund and Heather Bowman, two of the best basketball players to ever come out of Spokane. They were awesome.
Yeah, and just good to see them back here, right?
Yes.
Enjoy our wonderful spot. All right, Jason. We love it here.
Yeah, well, we do love it here. A lot of buzz around Hoopfest. How hot is it going to be? I'll tell you what, the sun is going to be out. You're going to want to get some sunscreen. All that in my forecast, including scorching temperatures next week. That's next on 4 News Now Special Edition.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
I am a second grade teacher at Franklin Elementary with Spokane Public Schools. When we took our field trip to Manitou Park, STA was super helpful in planning and organizing, emailing, reaching out, answering my questions. The kids love riding the bus. The riding the bus was a field trip in itself. It really is part of that in real life experience. I had a parent thank us that we were helping and teaching their kids how to ride the bus at a young age so that when they go to do it themselves when they're older, they already know how. The STA partnership has been an awesome collaborative relationship.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Good Wednesday evening to you. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Hope you have a good rest of your week planned out. Look at this. We're looking very nice and very warm in our evening hours, and we're going to continue to see warm conditions overnight. Our low's only going to be around 59, so just beautiful conditions. We had a breezy midweek. Yes, we're going to see that breeze return tomorrow, probably in the afternoon again, just a little less than we saw today, but staying nice and warm. And we're going to cool down a little bit before, well, that heat is going to return. My goodness, will it return. So right now we are looking at light winds tomorrow. Those winds 18 to 20 mile per hour gusts. We saw gusts in the upper 20s today. So just upper teens or around 20 tomorrow in the afternoon. So just a little bit of breeze going on. Our high temperature trend, again, we're going to cool off just a little bit into Friday, then 80 degrees for your Hoop Fest Saturday. Pretty much what we saw today, except for way more sunshine. Then 87 for Championship Hoop Fest Sunday, and my goodness, look at the start of our next work week, mid-90s. So by July 1st, we enter July, can you believe it, next week in 96. So half of the year, half of 2025 next week is over. All right, let's take a look at temperatures following week, and they're going to be above average or well above average. So that means 85 to lower 90s. So the hot conditions are here. Summer has arrived after that kind of shaky start we had over the weekend. So on our radar, we're just seeing some cloud coverage in the region. Shower activity, again, has been surrounding us, but not getting near us, and it's a shame. We do need some shower activity. Next week is going to be looking very dry. So tomorrow's you'll see a little bit of cloud coverage. That'll move along, and then by Friday morning, you'll be looking at very nice conditions again. So just beautiful conditions for the next couple of days. Current temperatures, mid to lower 70s for much of our regions. A little warmer in St. Mary's, but look at Pullman, already down to 66. Lewiston and Tri-Cities are our hot spots at 80 degrees. And just a little bit of a change from yesterday. And we're going to see a little bit of a change tomorrow, lower, and then boom, it is going to rocket up as we get to next week. So again, mid to upper 70s for Thursday and Friday. Hoop Fest weekend, look at that, plenty of sunshine, 87 on Sunday. Hydrate, make sure you sunscreen, and then look at those temperatures as we get into Monday through Wednesday, a hot at least start to our 4th of July week. 4th of July, by the way, is next Friday, so it's a long weekend for some. All right, 4 News Now returns after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500s come with $5,500 off MSRP or 3.95% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
There's only a short time left to get your backyard and deck ready for the 4th of July at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Whether you're looking for PVC, composite, or wood, the Windsor Plywood Decking Pros can help you find what you need, including great railing options. It's the one-stop shop all the contractors use to build the best decks in the region.
Windsor Plywood.
Plus, local delivery is available.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
For over 50 years, North Idaho Urology has been the trusted leader in urological care. From routine checkups to advanced prostate cancer treatment, our expert team is dedicated to your health every step of the way. With cutting-edge technology, personalized care, and locations in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Sandpoint, we're here when you need us most. Don't wait. Early detection saves lives. Schedule your appointment today at niurology.com or call 208-667-0621.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $14,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, rising temperatures in the Northwest are doing more than making us sweat. How the heat affects our mental health and what we can do to protect ourselves. That's tonight on Nightside starting at 11.
And you're going to want to listen up to that. Now, maybe not tomorrow for your Thursday. Just a beautiful day, right around our average for this time of year, mid-70s. We'll see a little bit more cloud coverage as the day goes on and expect those winds to pick up in the afternoon as well. Similar day on Friday, so kind of a mild end to our work week, guys. But then for Hoop Fest weekend, plenty of sunshine, then 87 on Sunday, and then mid-90s next week. So goodness.
Woo, summer in full swing.
It certainly is.
Start hydrating now.
Yes.
That's the key.
The doctor said aggressive hydration, right?
Be serious.